Hello everyone, welcome along. Thank you for joining me today. It is Friday the 4th of April and the final JDQ of the week. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you're all well. Hope you all had a brilliant week no matter what it is that you have been doing. I've got another 5 questions then for you today. Yeah, all sorts of chaos. Sorry, Sarah's messaging me at the same time. She's at work. Slightly distracting me, but yeah, so loads of another 5 questions for you and a great tiebreaker as well for you this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whenever it is you are watching these, to get you stuck in. So same as it has been all week, short intros straight into the quizzing. So yeah, if you've been skipping the intros and thinking the intro is normally about 1.5 minutes long and you've been skipping it, you probably found yourself on question 3, but that's your own punishment for skipping the wonderful, sometimes wonderful words and things that come out of my mouth. Here's your questions. So today, question number 1. In which year did Michael Fish utter these immortal words? Earlier on today, apparently a woman rang the BBC and said she heard there was a hurricane on the way. Well, if you're watching, don't worry, there isn't. So in which year did Michael Fish utter those immortal words? Question number 2. What was the favourite food of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. So what was the favourite food of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Question number 3. According to the lyrics of the song We Even Will Rock You by Queen, what was on the person's face? So according to the lyrics of the song We Will Rock You by Queen, what was on the person's face? Question number 4. What was the name of the third ship in this list? Olympic, Britannic, and then what? So what was the name of the third ship in this list? Olympic, Britannic, then what? And your final question today, what comes next in this sequence? S, M, T, W. So what letter comes next in this sequence? S for sugar, M for mother, T, I should have done that native phonetically really, shouldn't I? So what letter comes next in this sequence? Sierra, S, Mike, M, T, Tango, W, whiskey. So that then is all of your questions then for today. So I will be back with the answers then after Dave in just a few moments of time. So make sure you've got those written down. If you have skipped the intro and found yourself halfway through the quiz, don't forget to skip back and you can pick up those extra questions that you may have missed. Right, I'll be back then after Dave with your answers. See you after this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, right, let's go through your questions and answers then for today, for the 4th of April. Question number 1 then was this. In which year did Michael Fish utter the immortal words earlier on today? Apparently a woman rang the BBC. I mean, you can tell the era that this happened. When were people ringing the BBC? Normally you just tag them on social media now. But anyway, the year was 1987. And you know what? Even though I was 5 years old living in London, I still remember things like roof tiles falling off the roof, would you believe, where we grew up. Question number 2. What was the favourite food of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It is pizza. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Number 3. According to the lyrics of the song We Will Rock You by Queen, what was on the person's face? Mud on your face. Mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place. Question number 4. What was the name of the third ship in this list? Olympic, Britannic. Well, the ick probably should have given it away, but it is Titanic. And your final question today, what letter comes next in the sequence? S, M, T, W. The next letter would be T, because it's Thursday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There we go then. That is all of your questions for this week. One final one in terms of your tiebreaker if you're playing competitively or for Quiz Hub. Your question is this. Remember, the range is between 0 and 1,000. How many tons of coal would Titanic use per day? So how many tons of coal would Titanic use per day? I'm not talking about now when it's at the bottom of the ocean before someone tries and gets clever. When it was sailing, before it hit the iceberg, how many tons of coal would Titanic use per day? As always then, competitively, nearest to it gets the point, or if you are playing on Quiz Hub, it's the difference between your answer and mine is what you add in, and it is dun, 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 825. Yeah, 825 tons of coal Titanic would get through. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of your questions then for this week. Thank you so much for joining me then, as always. So I will keep you updated as to, whether or not next week should be fine. I think it's sort of middle of April that these changes are coming in on YouTube. So I will keep you updated if you are watching this on YouTube as to what will happen next. With JDQ, it will always carry on podcasts, so don't worry if you're listening on podcasts, it doesn't affect you. It's just the visual version, the video version on YouTube. There is a couple of issues coming up, so I just need to still working on as I said on Monday. So in your world, obviously I mentioned this on Monday and it's now Friday, but in my world it's been about 20 minutes. So yeah, I don't have an answer at the minute, but hopefully by the time you'll watch this, everything, if it's still always on YouTube, then nothing's changed. It's just more there'll be an announcement if I have to do something different. But yeah, so there we go. That is all of your questions answers this week. I shall return then for week commencing the 7th of March with another 25 questions, 5 tiebreakers, and all the usual fun. So that's it from me. I'll see you soon. As always then, take care and stay safe.